Hey folks, I'm Belgast of the AgriChat podcast. What is our podcast, you ask? Well, the idea is really simple. Get a bunch of friends together, hit record, and see what happens. If that sounds interesting to you, you should totally check us out. We're a proud member of the Gaming and Entertainment Network at tgenetwork.net.
This is the MMO Show, Episode 3, recorded on Thursday, July 9th, 2015.
All right, party people.
We're playing as life allows and podcasting about it. It's the MMO Show.
That's not good.
No.
We ready?
All right. Ready?
You started!
I like how you said that when I left, it messed up the cameras. Like we had adjusted all the lighting to compensate for my head or something.
Well, because I take
all the lighting in the studio.
I take the screen area for the camera angles. Yeah, and so yeah, it had, and it was just the after show. I guess it didn't really matter.
Right.
But
yeah.
I
Cool
got it
beans.
set up a little better now. So.
Fantastic. Well, it is the MMO Show, Episode 3. On tonight's show, we have Jason number 1.
That me?
I don't know.
That's me!
I don't know which one is which.
We'll go with regular Jason. What's up?
Yeah.
What you drinking this week?
I'm Corona.
Corona?
Cerveza. It's beer to the layperson.
Do you have a lime in it?
I do not. Sorry.
Do you like it with a lime in it?
He does,
Yes, I
but
do.
he's so lazy.
You'd have
Yeah,
to buy
that's
whole
a
lime.
ton of work.
Mm-hmm. And you risk cutting yourself with those knives.
Yes.
He didn't go to the fruit market this week, and Kroger doesn't have good limes.
No.
So she gave me shit for buying fruit at Kroger, so here we go.
The fruit market, is it like a farmer's market?
No, it's more just like a fruit market.
Oh, okay.
I,
We don't have-
what do you define as a farmer's market? Like where they have plants and stuff?
Like, it's not like a bunch of farmer trucks in a parking lot that are selling things. It's an actual market.
I mean, it's a place of business.
Okay. But they just sell fruit?
Yeah,
No,
fruit and
so-
vegetables.
Yeah, they have like a deli counter and stuff like that.
Oh.
But it's not like a grocery store.
Gotcha. We kind of have something like that in one part of town, but not a whole lot. It's all the bigger stores. So.
We should take him to Eastern Market when he comes next time. We'll flip.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
It'll be a big day
You'll
for me.
literally be
Yay!
You would love it. You will like it. Yeah, you'll be amazed.
It'll be right up your alley.
Why? We're gonna
It's,
have to...
it's a nice market. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna lose
Because
your
you know
shit.
how much I enjoy a nice market.
You're gonna think, oh shit, is that a market?
Oh shit, you guys got a market? We also have Jason 2 back. Well, no, it's not back to the MMO show. It's for the first time on the MMO show. Previously on
Yay.
Multiplaying.
His debut episode.
Yeah, I should have
Yes.
saved the best intro for last. I didn't even consider that because you'd been on the Multiplaying podcast. But
What's it say about me?
Well, it
Oh,
says what it says.
well, no, what? I fucked that up, didn't I? Damn it! It's like when I talk to my wife. Jason, otherwise known as Jayedub. What you drinking tonight?
I am drinking a Hansen's Natural Cane Cream Soda.
Ooh, I love cream
good.
soda.
Yeah.
So do I.
That sounds awesome.
It's pretty good.
You guys,
There were 6.
it's what?
There were 6 of them. Now there's 2, so I should probably slow down.
For the 4th of July, I made, for dessert, I made, I don't know if you guys have Faygo, but I made rock and rye floats.
Yeah,
They were awesome.
Do you guys,
Faygo's
you
good
guys enjoy rock and rye?
I don't know what that is.
It's kind of like a cream soda, but it's like a dark red color.
It's a cherry cream soda, cherry cream or whatever.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's really good. I hadn't had one in forever, and I picked a pack up recently because 7-Eleven here has rock and rye Slurpees,
Mm-hmm.
which were amazing. And then I'm like, God damn! I remember I used to love rock and rye, and I hadn't had it in probably 15 years.
Yeah.
For I don't know what reason.
I was
When
just
I
gonna
was
say I have not had a Faygo since I was a kid.
Oh, when I was little, me and my friend, like we'd go up to the little corner store, and we'd
Mhm.
count out all our little money, and we'd buy all the penny candy, like the Jolly Ranchers and all that stuff, and we'd always get Faygo because you could get it for, I think 45 cents a bottle
Yeah.
instead of, like, Pepsi was, like, way too expensive. So we would always get, like, Rock and Rye cream soda and stuff like that. But, yeah, it's like childhood in a bottle.
Totally. Barks has their own version. It's just called red cream soda, though. And there's a place in this little town close to us that has an antique store, and there's like an old style general store adjacent, and also like an ice cream shop, and you can go in and get a red cream soda float. So it's probably the same thing that you guys are talking about.
That was really, really good.
Yeah, it was good.
Hardways just said, I guess we know who isn't a juggalo then.
Because it doesn't have Faygo.
Oh yeah, I actually went to an ICP concert once
What?
in Detroit.
What?
Yeah. It was actually really good. They did who was it? It was I can't remember who was there. Seven Dust was there, and they were really good. And Limp Bizkit, before they got big, they opened for ICP.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Hey, was this concert in the 90s?
it was a long time ago.
I can kind of tell.
Who else was it? It was they did Elephant Riders. I'll remember it. Clutch. They were really good. I really like Clutch.
Some
But
She didn't tell me
90s
any of this
groups.
until after I married her.
I had a wilder youth.
Wow. But that lady talking, I didn't even introduce because I'm a horrible human being, is Shannon.
Yeah.
What-
I'm
yeah.
gonna keep talking. It's okay.
What are you drinking, though?
I'm having a Chardonnay.
Ooh, fancy. You're fancier
classy.
than all of us, I think.
It's still the shit bottle of Chardonnay, though. It's
Oh, is it?
yeah. It still says Chardonnay ass on it.
Okay. Is there a story behind that?
No, it's just ass wine. It's just
It's
total
ass wine.
I don't
Okay.
think it really says ass.
I don't think so.
I have a pen. I can make.
Unless she wrote it on there, yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Steve? What are you drinking?
I have switched it up. I am drinking a Lindemann's Lambic. It's a raspberry beer.
You love that.
I do. It's the only beer that I can stand to drink. And it's hardly considered a beer.
I was gonna say
so-
it's not
barely.
beer. It's like raspberry pop with alcohol.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like
It's not.
rock and rye.
It's not. Yeah, kind of. It's like boozed up rock and rye, but it's not even that boozed up of stuff. I just really like the taste of it. So later in the show, we're going to be talking about some Rocket League, Clash of Clans, Heroes of the Storm, and a little bit more, including Batman Arkham Knight. But let's first talk about some MMOs. Should we just go out talking about Marvel Heroes?
Yeah,
Who wants to
start
go
there.
first?
I don't want to go first because I don't play Marvel Heroes.
Right.
So I guess I'm done.
Thanks for being with us tonight, Shannon.
I kind of play it.
Jason too kind of plays it. And if you listen to the episode where he was on with us on multiplaying, that's a lie. You know that's a lie because he plays a lot of it. Do you have any characters in the game right now that are not max level?
Yes, just one, but he is green prestiged, which means he's going on his second. He's level 60, and it's Colossus. He's at 40. I have everybody at 60, and then you can prestige up to green. Was it green, red, purple, blue, yellow, and then yellow is the cosmic.
I don't
So
know
you
what
can-
you're saying. What is prestiging? Like,
It means you start over from level 1. And
so
level
you've
all the
already
way back up
leveled
to
him to
60.
60 once,
Yes.
right? Okay, so
Yes, I did.
he's been 60, and now you're doing it again.
Yes.
What does
means he,
that
like,
do for you as a player?
Does
Like,
it get you like a fur coat and a gold chain or something every time?
It gives
or-
me absolutely nothing.
Say it again.
Absolutely nothing. It just allows me to continue to play the game.
Does it
or-
reset you without your powers, or do you get to keep?
Yes. So what it is, there's an item. You buy the gorge. I think it's what it's called, the gourd. Excuse me, from a NPC in the game, and it resets your level down to 1, and then you have 0. You start off with the starting skills, and that's it. You start the game like you would from the beginning. but you get to keep all your items. You get a new costume to replace the one you were wearing in case you had stuff on it, and that's it. And I start over.
Jayedub, I think the dolphins went out.
That's my door. Sorry.
Flipper, no!
Someone just came home. So, yeah, I have all my characters at 60 for the most part, except for Colossus, who I'm leveling again. Oh, and the Hulk. I just started re-leveling the Hulk today.
Ant-Man's out soon, right?
Batman, yeah, I think he's in the 2017 update.
No, I mean Ant-Man.
Oh, Ant-Man. I thought you said Batman. Sorry.
Oh.
Ant-Man is in testing starting tomorrow. He'll be out next morning, I believe, either Thursday or Friday when the movie comes out. And I will get him then as well.
I didn't think you'd pick him up.
I bought...
No, this is enough.
That's where he calls it. That's the final straw. Done.
No, every hero that comes out this year that's planned, I have already purchased. I did that last year. So
one thing I was wondering when I was playing like last week, because Hank, I'm guessing, well, they're not really referring, I guess, which Ant-Man, if it's Scott Lang or Hank Pym or whoever else. But are there any, because Hank Pym is an NPC in the Avengers Tower, like the main hub area.
yes,
Is he the guy I don't like?
Yes, he's the guy
I
who
hate him.
smacked.
Yeah, he smacked his wife. So I
Yeah,
don't like
and
him.
that really tainted the character overall.
Yeah, I don't
That's,
care
I think, why
what
they
he's
had to
ever
go-
done. I hate him.
Which it was good casting with Michael Douglas. You could see him smack.
I could see him smacking a bitch.
Yeah.
Oh.
But are there any other characters where they're an NPC and you're also playing them? You know what I mean? Okay.
Yes. So She-Hulk is one. Mr. Fantastic is one as well.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Reed Richards is there. Yeah, that's right.
Iron Man. No, not Iron Man. Iron Fist will be out this year. He's an NPC. Trying to think. War Machine will be out this year. He's also an NPC. But the Ant-Man costumes are not Ant-Man that's in the game. They have one costume that will be from the movie, and then a more modern Ant-Man costume. But that's a good question. I actually don't know if it's the Ant-Man that's, the guy standing here in the Avengers Tower or not. So, Oh, yeah. So, sorry. I don't know that information. But
No, I would assume. Well, I would have guessed with the character, they're not even going to say if it's Scott Lang or any. I mean, it's just Ant-Man, right?
Well, all the characters do have a biography. So when you bring up the characters window, there is a bio, and so
probably Scott Lang.
It may be the movie version,
right?
If that's who that is. Unfortunately, I don't know a lot about Ant-Man. He's not a hero that I like. He just came in the advance pack that I bought, so I
Wait till you see this movie.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna see it. I like that it's gonna be a comedy kind of movie and not something.
Yeah.
You can't take it too seriously, yeah.
The reviews are surprisingly really good so far.
I'm shocked. I thought this was where it's like, every time Marvel, to kind of get off topic slightly, I guess. Every time Marvel comes out, comes out with a movie, like I'm thinking like, oh, this is where they're blowing it, and it's like all the reviews for this movie are so good, and I am delighted that I could be wrong about this one because I didn't want it to fail, as long as it's not Scott Pym.
But speaking of the Marvel,
Hank Pym.
I'm sorry, Hank Pym.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Hank.
It's Scott Lang is
I get
the
them mixed
version
up.
they're doing.
You're right.
speaking of tangential Marvel news, did you see the bit that popped up about Wesley Snipes talking with Marvel about reprising his role as Blade?
Okay, no, I didn't see that, but
So you can pay his taxes.
I don't know.
Marvel talk was Wesley Snipes talking to like a guy who was selling Marvel comics at like a
I don't know. I saw the headline and I'm just thinking like seeing him like banging on the door of Marvel Studio. Hello, please.
Okay, but Blade, you got to give credit where credit's due. That was the
Yeah.
first movie that took like comic books seriously in movies.
Totally.
And I don't think you would have any of this had Blade not done so well. And he was such like a sub character. Like not many people knew who Blade was, and they did a
I totally give
fantastic Blade 1 and 2 is great. Blade 3 actually on a rewatch isn't as bad as I
It's still
thought it
pretty
was
bad,
the
but
first
yeah.
time. Well, there's a lot of Ryan Reynolds I can enjoy in that.
Yeah, he's mostly
No.
naked.
Yeah. But
No,
there's a lot of stupid in that one too.
Yeah,
But
the
yeah.
movies and him as Blade are great. It's just what happened with him after
know.
those.
And
Yeah.
those movies were
He
a long
he was
time
a good
ago.
Blade, and I think
Oh,
he
totally.
represented the character fantastically in the
Yeah.
movies. The movie series was really good. Well, the two were good.
Absolutely. Back to Marvel Heroes, the actual MMO. I've been playing, but less and less as the days have gone on, and I don't really know why. I'm guessing it's because I've just got so much other stuff that I'm playing, and because it's not really my style of game, it's just kind of fallen to the wayside. I was still enjoying it though, but it's just I don't know. I can't get myself to log back in now.
I can tell you, I think when you'll go back to it, because I do the same thing. I go in spurts where I don't play it for a long period, but when you have like when you want comfort gaming, or you just want to mess around in a game, and like maybe when you edit this podcast, you might have the urge to kind of throw that up there and mess around with it.
And thinking like the other stuff that I'm playing right now, it's all pretty like engrossing. And I'm wondering if there might be a night where I just want to throw a movie on and play that. So yeah, I can see that. But for now, no. Go ahead, Jason.
Well, no, I can understand that. It's if you're not really into the isometric, hack and slash Diablo games, it's going to be tough. Because that's exactly what this is. I mean, it's Diablo with Marvel, but it's, and that's why I like it. That's why I continue to prestige my characters. I mean, in one day, I leveled Venom 5 times up to the high. I didn't cosmic him because that's just too much work.
Wait, what's cosmicing?
That's too much work.
No, wait, what? Explain to the, because our audience isn't good at it. What's cosmicing? You prestige a character 14 times. And through the entire rainbow twice, and then you
I totally Roy G. Biv this guy.
Yeah.
So what there's white is your nameplate is white, and that's what you start. And when you prestige a character, you start over from level 1, and your name in game changes a color.
Okay, can other people see that?
Yes.
Okay, that explains the different colored names that I was saying. All right.
It starts green, it goes green, blue, I think red, orange, and then purple. Purple's the last one. Cosmic is the last prestige level. It takes 1/25th the time, it's 25 times longer per level.
Oh, okay.
So so when you see all those people with the yellow cosmic names, that means they put a lot of work into getting those characters leveled up. I'm too lazy for that.
I was going to ask, have you ever cosmic'd a character?
No, but I might start because I did get Venom.
Because I need something to do.
I mean, I leveled.
He likes the game.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's awesome.
Times. I mean, I got Venom up to the purple prestige color because I like the gameplay. That's really what it is. I mean, I hardly touched the story stuff. I did it with a couple of characters. I did beat the story with Cyclops. And it's actually a good idea to play through the story because you get bonuses, you get ability points, you get certain little items like boosts, like XP boosts and stuff. So the story is good. The story itself is actually pretty good. And it's good to play through it at least once, if not 3 times. But you can later on just go to specific areas using the teleport. You don't have to and beat the specific areas. But I really like the gameplay in the game. Not all the heroes I like. Some of them are pretty garbage, but the ones I like, that's what draws me back into it. The last couple months, I've been a little bit, I haven't played quite as much. They just had their 2nd anniversary last month. So basically, their first anniversary is when I really got into the game. Taskmaster was my first level 60 character. I did it during that month. And from there, it became an addiction and a problem. Since then. So I didn't play nearly as much the last couple months as I have because once you get everybody to 60, it is sometimes difficult to find the drive.
Justify jumping back in.
Yeah, so I can understand where you're coming from, although I did last night start playing Spider-Man again and did a bunch of stuff. I experienced something new last night. I went into a Cosmic Midtown and a Cosmic ICP zone and got my face rolled, and it was fun. So I plan on probably doing more of that kind of stuff. So there are things to do. You can raid. There's supposed to be a PvP, but I ignore that. But if you're just not into that style of game, it's going to be hard to go back to Marvel Heroes, on a consistent basis.
Right. And I think the thing that got me to continue to play it as long as I have so far is that I have already kind of explained this on the previous show, that I got to try out other characters and see the different mechanics other than the one or two that I tried initially like a year or two ago, and finding a character that I actually found interesting and fun, which was Nova, got me to keep playing. And I liked that. The thing I do like about this game versus a Diablo is that I felt like it felt more like a superhero, that I just could roll through stuff. Like nothing. I mean, bosses were sometimes challenging, but overall, I felt like a hero in the game. So that's what got me to keep playing.
Well, that is another draw, I think, of the game, is that not all the heroes play the same. There is enough difference. Some of them may feel a little bit of the same, like
Taskmaster. Surprising.
Yeah, Taskmaster is a character that actually plays like, he has a skill set of Hawkeye, Spider-Man, Captain America, and Daredevil. So that's why he's really cheap to buy, because he uses skills from those characters. But other than him, they do feel, an X-23 plays kind of like Wolverine, so she's really cheap in the game. But they all have like their subtle differences in their gameplay, and that's what really also appeals to me. I have my favorites. Venom is great. Juggernaut is amazing. Doctor Doom he just got a little nerfed, but he is still super amazing. Spider-Man's pretty good. So, I prestiged Deadpool, and he's in super need of his level 52 review. But he is so much fun to play because of his banter. He is so hilarious that even though he's not great, he's fun to play. So that's that right there. It keeps me interested. There's also now an achievement system in the game. And I admit that at first I was like, whatever. And then yesterday I was like, I could do this achievement. Oh, I could do that one too. And then I started achievement hunting, and I was like, oh, no.
I found another carrot.
Yeah, that's what it kind of is. Some of them are going to be tough, but I did all of Spider-Man's achievements, and there's not a lot, right? But there's a lot of characters, but each character, there's zones, and so there's things to do. Raiding is something that you can do in the game. I'm not really interested in it at the moment. Marvel Heroes is a min-maxer's like paradise. If you're really into that kind of stuff and you like the gameplay, I mean, it's going to really appeal to those kind of people. I'm not a super min-maxer, but I admit that I have tried a little bit.
Right.
So,
not me. Yeah.
No, you're not going to do that shit.
I am super jealous. Yeah, no. I am super jealous in a way that you have a game that you're that diehard about, as like, especially like in the MMO scape. I often wish that there was that MMO for me right now that I could just soak all my time into. We've talked about it before, but yeah, so I'm jealous. But speaking of an MMO that we're trying to soak some time into, but it turns out it might not be a great one to play weekly in a gaming group, Shannon?
Yeah, a couple of my friends, we mentioned this before, we tried Star Wars: The Old Republic, and yeah, like I got sick for a couple of weeks, so I missed like 2 weeks. And of course, they're playing their story and they're enjoying the game, so they're leveling all at different levels depending on how often they get to play. I'm still way back in the level system, and it's just like, also when I go to think about when I go to log in on a weekly basis or whatever, it's like, but I don't want to group up with anyone, because just this Tuesday, you guys just joined me in the channel just to talk, to keep me company while I played, and it's like, well, no, I kind of was killing time just kind of walking around, because I don't want to do my story with people in the chat channel and stuff, because when I play that game, I want to focus on that story and get like all involved in it. I don't want to
'Cause that's
chat.
your story.
Well, I don't want no, but I mean, I want to like have that. I want to get like totally invested in that story or whatever. I don't want to sit there and make chit chat and stuff and miss all of the um I don't know, the chat because
The
everything's
tasty bits.
verbalized. Yeah, in that. So
Yeah,
everything's
I know that
voiced.
feeling.
Yeah, I want to. I like Star Wars a ton, so I want to experience the whole thing and not just float through it. And so it's not a good. It hasn't been a good experience for us for that. But I have no intentions of like not playing anymore. Just probably not in a. Not gonna focus on the group content as much as
Yeah.
I was
Might
going
not be
to.
a streaming thing for us.
Yeah, it's bad. It's not good to stream because I don't want to interact with the chat room. I want to sit there and just totally focus on the game. And
Yeah.
It feels outdated.
well,
like
we're also
nowadays.
all different levels, so flashpoints are impossible because whatever's
Yeah.
challenging to me is going to be super easy for you guys. And
Which
I-
that's kind of like that's the group thing to do, right? Or that's
That would
what
be really
that's what I
fun.
want to do.
that'd be flashpoints are great if everyone's the same level
Mm-hmm.
and at a
Yeah.
challenging level for the flashpoints.
When I was playing with Merrick and their group, that's what we would do is we didn't do story stuff. We would focus on like the operations and flashpoints and stuff. That's the better type of group content because then you can goof off, you can talk or whatever.
But how do you keep everyone at the same levels?
We were doing it. This would have been. Oh, we were doing the level 50 plus stuff.
Oh, okay.
Is how
So
we
at
did
the
it,
end, you
yeah.
have to wait till the end. Okay.
Yeah, and just because of that. So like I was, I think level 50, and we were running some of the level 50. Well, I don't even know what they are anymore because it's been so long since we did it. But that's how you do it. You do the operations, and so you can get like whatever 6 or 10 people together, and
Yeah.
that was a lot of fun. I could see where I've played with friends with Tor, like some close friends, and we get on Ventrilo, and it's like you got those who want to skip through all the dialogue, and
Yeah.
I don't, and so that it can be a chore to play with some people sometimes like that.
Yep. I'm still playing a little bit on the Sith Warrior, pushing slightly into the light side of things. It's still really interesting. But yeah, kind of bummed that we're not doing the group thing.
Yeah,
But
I'll
well.
keep playing with the.
I'm gonna keep playing, but it's just I can't group up with you guys at this point.
Yeah.
You guys have all gone so far beyond me, so
Sorry.
it's fine.
In other MMO news, we have there's going to be a Guild Wars 2 Stronghold and Revenant beta weekend for anybody that already pre-purchased the game. It will be actually starting tomorrow. We're recording this on July 9th. It'll be starting July 10th and running through Monday, July 13th. Yeah, they're excited about it.
Fuck yeah!
Sorry.
Revenant! But yeah, I'm interested. I was still really unsure as to what the whole Stronghold thing was. It's a structured PvP map, and I'm kind of interested in trying it out once the expansion hits. It kind of mixes some mechanics that are already in Guild Wars 2 with a quasi-MOBA, but it's really heavy on the quasi part because just the way you're spawning things that will attack the enemy's base and all that. So it seems interesting, though, and definitely want to try it out. Very involved. But yeah, have fun, everyone, trying out the beta this weekend. And I hope it goes well. Hope we get some more info out of it soon, too. It's also turns out, I think someone found out that ArenaNet will be at Gamescom this year. So see if we get any
What's
more info.
Gamescom?
It's a European gaming convention.
It's like their big gaming convention.
It's, yeah, E3's, Europe's E3, essentially. I think it's in Germany, if I remember
Yes.
correctly.
Yep.
So, Gamescom, not con, sorry.
Yes.
But yeah, that's about it for the Guild Wars 2 news. I still haven't dove back in. I'm still holding off until I get a release date so I can start my hype train up. But other MMOs, Skyforge. I knew nothing about it until someone on Reddit mentioned it. It says on here in the doc that Jason tried a tiny bit of it.
I did. I played about an hour and a half of it, and it's really weird. So it's an MMO, but it's a third person action game. Kind of it plays like a Devil May Cry or God of War.
I thought it looked kind of like Terra.
Yeah, I haven't played Terra in so long, but it
Yeah.
feels a little bit more tight than I remember Terra feeling hot. But
Mhm.
I'm not far, so I'm sure it gets much more complicated. But I don't know. It seemed more they're saying in their whole pitch that they're really trying to pitch a console action type of experience, and so far it seems kind of like that. It has an interesting setting. It's sci-fi fantasy, and it really seems to evoke kind of a Mass Effect feel to it, which
Really?
yeah, it's interesting. I am not, like I said, I'm not super far, and
Well, it just opened up, the beta opened up today, didn't it?
Yes, but
Okay.
it's going to be free to play, and it'll be out in a couple of weeks. But you had to get a early founders pack or an invite, I guess, to get into this point. I think you can get in for $20 right now, and it gives you a bunch of extras and stuff like that. So it's got class switching. You can switch between any class out of combat, and it does an interesting thing when you start the game where you don't create a character right away. It just
Weird.
spits you into the game, and you're talking to people, and you're going into war, and spoilers for the first level, and you go into war and you get killed, and then you get reborn. It's very cutscene heavy, and it does a lot of stylized action, and the actions kind of reminds me. Did you guys ever play Vindictus at all?
I've heard of it. I never played it. No.
Oh, I've heard of that as well.
It was a kind of similar action-y oriented hack and slash type game where you do have cooldowns in this game, but you're not just like targeting a person. You have to actually aim it up, and I was using a mouse, but I did pick up my Xbox controller that's plugged in, and it totally started moving. So I guess you can do either or. But there's cutscene heavy in the beginning. You die, you get reborn, and then the game actually kind of starts where you get to make your character, and you get to pick between, because it spits you out as a male in the very beginning. You get to pick man or woman, and then pick your classes then and mess between them. So it seems kind of interesting. I would definitely, if you looked at it and you're not super hyped, don't just wait a couple weeks. It's going to be, I think it's maybe out the 17th or something like that. So maybe even late next week. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, I thought it was a decent looking game as far as visuals.
It looks good, yeah.
I thought it looked kind of like a, visually anyways, it looked like a futuristic Final Fantasy 14.
It kind of has that vibe, and some of the Mass Effect stuff. It's got like the music that I've experienced so far is kind of like that. Mass Effect kind of had that 70s synth sci-fi music.
Oh,
Yes.
And it's got some of that, and some of the UI stuff really reminds me of Mass Effect, and the city movement and the hub, because right now it seems like you go into a hub, and then you pick a mission planet, and you go there, and there's a bunch of other people there too, but you're going back to the hub after it. So I don't know how open it truly is. The mission planet I went to seemed pretty open, but I didn't run around a ton. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, something to look out for, though.
Yeah, it could have potential. It's definitely different and unique in the combat and stuff. It's not like a regular MMO.
Yeah. Well, cool. I think that is it for the MMO talk. Debatable if it's an MMO. We were going to talk about Ark some, but I think we're going to push that off until we can have a guest on who has played more than us, and then hopefully have a little bit more riveting discussion.
I mentioned played Anarchy Online this week. For a few
You
minutes.
did?
Oh, that's right. I wanted to.
Yeah.
I saw your Twitter playing it was on your Twitter update you have that
Like
Raptor update that usually, like, I swear to God, if someone's last 3 tweets were a Raptor update, I swear to God, I delete them.
I don't blame you.
I'm just like, okay, that's the last 3 things you tweeted. I'm done.
Oh shoot,
Out.
it is.
Huh?
Oh man, it is
Yeah.
the last things, isn't it?
Except for except for today's show. But
So I tried a few MMOs this week. I installed and played ESO, Anarchy Online, and I did log into Age of Conan.
Wow.
I didn't play significant amounts, believe me.
what did you think of the new Anarchy Online? Didn't they redo all of the graphics? They did like a huge overhaul, right?
That's what I thought. The new engine, no. So what they did, it's apparently still in beta, but from what I read, because when I logged in the game, I went, wow, and not in a good way. They redid the lighting and shadows, the environment, like grass, trees, that kind of textures, and apparently on some of the creatures there's better textures, but it still looks like ass. It is an ass-looking game with an outdated interface that is horrible. It is my second least favorite MMO next to EverQuest. It is just a terrible game, and it looks terrible still, and I don't know why people play it. So,
shit.
Wow.
I mean, there goes the people we had lined up for sponsors for next week.
Yeah.
it is crap.
That is not a good endorsement.
So, I mean, but did you enjoy your time playing, though?
I enjoyed the time installing it and
or deleting it.
How was that?
So that actually took less time than trying to figure out how to get out of the game. The escape key does not work in Anarchy Online. Well, it works, I guess, if you bring up Windows, but it doesn't bring up like a menu system. And I went, how do I quit this game? I couldn't figure it out.
That's how they get you.
Yeah. There's this little button.
That's why people are still playing.
Yeah, they don't know how to get out of the game.
They're like, we can't get out.
So I need to reboot this.
I will say when I tried Anarchy Online twice, and both times I played it, I really liked it. I liked when we do have the show where we're going to talk about housing coming up. I really liked. They gave me some good ideas for housing. I was really
I don't know that I ever
and I liked how you could go into like certain areas individually or with a group.
I don't know that I ever got to the point
that was
of
like kind of one
housing
of the
in that
first
game.
places that did that.
Yeah.
Huh?
I don't know that I ever got to the point of housing in that game.
It had some good points, but the user interface was really outdated. Yeah, but I thought like it definitely had some good points to it, especially for when it came out. Of course, now if you play it now, it other games have done things much better, but at the time they had some really great ideas that people hadn't done yet. So
cool.
I love the idea of the game. It has a lot of classes. It just compared to if you played anything within the last 10 years, it's just or 5 maybe. It's just terrible. You have to really want to play that game to log in and then not be able to log back out again. So it was bad.
Cool.
I did try to play Elder Scrolls Online. Did you know that you have to have an access code to log into your account online? And if you use the Opera web browser, you don't get the email with the code for like 6 hours later. That was fun.
Weird.
I did do that about a month or two ago, and I used Chrome, and I remember it took about an hour for the email to come across.
Wow.
Yeah, I went online. They don't have a support forum necessarily. Well, they don't. You have to email support, and I emailed them, and I got a response back, and the response went along the lines of, "Please give us your account name, your email to the game. If you have your last 4 digits of your credit card or the CD key. Oh, and the answer to your secret question, and I can change your email." And I said, "Hell no."
Yeah, it's a lot.
It was nobody has ever asked for that. No company has ever asked for that much stuff. And then I tried it one more time, and I fired up the Chrome browser because that was actually in that email. Try a different browser, and boom, I got on. I logged in. I played for about 10 minutes. Went, wow, this game's pretty, and I logged back out. So
it was a lot of work you had to get for that 10 minutes.
Dude, I sat there for like an hour waiting, and I complained on Twitter
Yeah,
to ESO. Yeah, well, when I get angry, sometimes I realize that I should not say things on Twitter.
Well, but you know what? A lot of times, though, that gets a response from the company, so I don't blame you.
Yeah, it was just really frustrating because I bought the game. I wanted to play it. I do actually still want to give it more time, but that was such a letdown. So, yeah, that was fun.
That's the part. The game was beautiful, and I liked a lot about how you developed your character and stuff. But it was incredibly, and I never played an Elder Scrolls game before, so it's probably my fault. But I didn't like how it was like all based on questing. When really the only thing that was interesting to me when they were talking about the game was the end game of getting to those battlegrounds, like those open
yes
area. Like that's what I want to do. And that's why I think like I'm kind of focused on Camelot Unchained, is because that's not the end game. That's the game. It's like, thank you. So like, just get me there. I don't want to have to quest for like
Mark Jacobs.
I don't want to quest for like 2 months and then finally get to the game, But anyway.
Totally.
Let's cheat on some MMOs.
Yeah, I have been doing that.
What have you been cheating with?
Oh, so much cheating. I want to real quick get out of the way. Here's the Storm. They had the double XP weekend last weekend, and it kind of got me back into playing it like more than I actually shouldn't say back into playing it more than I ever really have before. Really, really enjoying it quite a bit. Permanently unlocked a couple heroes with the amount of money that I earned in game, and just totally digging it. I want to keep playing it.
It's a great game. I need to play more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that game is super, super good. I love it.
But probably mostly been playing this week out of everything is Rocket League on the PS4.
Is your son happy with the changes and upgrades they've made from the PS3 original?
He is ecstatic. He is so happy. He loves that you can unlock stuff and upgrade your cars and do the paint jobs on them. I get yelled at whenever I'm playing with them by my daughter, who wants me to paint my car pink and purple. Mm-hmm. So I do.
When you first downloaded it and it was loading, was he just like looking at the screen going, "Ah!" Just so excited?
I didn't tell him that it was installing. That's
a good move.
Yeah, I got home Tuesday and was waiting, and finally when they updated the store, which that was a kind of a bummer for a lot of people, is that they had said the day before that it was going to be a midnight release to the PlayStation Store. Ended up, I believe, being so on the PC, like on Steam. It was a midnight thing. But Sony, I guess, somehow botched that whole thing, and it ended up not updating until like 5 o'clock Eastern.
Are you talking about the actual
day.
store update?
Yeah, the store. They had to wait until the store
update. A lot of
update.
times those games are there. They're just like you have to search on them.
But it wasn't.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, and not only was it not there until the store update, is that even after the store update, and after everybody downloaded it, they had server problems, so nobody could play online for, I think there's still even up to today some on and off issues that they patched one more time today and hopefully resolved, so maybe it's all good. But even with all that, just playing the exhibition matches in game, it's an amazingly fun game, especially it's a good couch co-op game. Me and my son have been playing every night so far, 2-player split screen, and it's a ton of fun. He gets just absolutely bonkers when he plays.
I'm going to download it, and I'm really glad that it has an opportunity to get a little bit wider audience.
Yeah,
because PS3, I remember I bought it when it came out and really liked it, and it got hard to find a game online, and now PS4 is kind of the number one console, so it's got a lot more eyes on it, and the fact that it came out in Steam, it seems like this one will have bigger audience, a lot longer legs, so it's cool.
It's a PS Plus game for this month, so it's free if you got PS Plus, which is massive, and the it's like, it seems to be really getting a lot of people into it. And they're already talking about doing like I guess it's already confirmed that it's going to be an ESL esport. So there's going to be pro teams playing Rocket League.
Oh, man.
Which is what the thing is that if you look at a lot of like games that are ESL games, you're kind of either into them or not, and I mean, they're still fun to watch pros play them, but there's still some that unless you're into playing it, it's kind of hard to get into watching it. But Rocket League is that game. It's like the perfect spectator game because it's something that a lot of people already understand. It's soccer.
Yeah, it's like a sport.
It's soccer with cars. It's just a really just crazy soccer game. So I think that'll be fun for more than just the people that play it.
Yep. Awesome.
Yeah, I'll give you that. It does look fun.
But other than Rocket League, anybody else been playing anything fun this week?
I tried a game called Neo Scavenger.
What is that? No.
Well, my computer took a dump last week, so while I was re-downloading everything, I played that game, and it's a roguelike, turn-based roguelike in the future. I haven't played very far, but it's really hard. You can die of disease. You, of course, have to fight people. Dogs really suck because if they bite you, you bleed, and you'll bleed out.
Oh, wow.
You have to go sleep, and you have to find shelter. I'm not really big into roguelike type games, but every once in a while. This one just seemed interesting because it has, like, you can scavenge stuff. There's a crafting in the game. And eventually you probably will die. So, but that's it. There's a story, it seems. I don't know. I lasted I think like 3 days, and then I died because some dude came and he whacked me over the head. And I
Sounds
fell
like real life.
unconscious. Yeah, he hit me with his spear, and I bled out and died. Oh, and then he looted my body. So.
Well, yeah. I mean,
it happens.
Do that.
But it was cheap. I got
Tuesday,
it on, I got it on sale for like off of good old GOG.com for like, I don't know, a couple bucks during July 4th, and I finally tried it out. And it's fun. It's different.
Cool. What was it called again? One more time.
Neo Scavenger.
Neo Scavenger. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Clash of Clans. How is the clan going, Shannon?
It's a nightmare.
And why is it a nightmare?
We were doing so well. We had like it's always like lately it's just been me and my friend Tony for like the past probably 9 months, and we don't chat at all. We don't war. We each individually play the game and occasionally trade, request some troops. That's it.
Oh,
that, and that's once in a blue moon. Well, then his 2 kids joined, and so I thought, well, they're going to get bored. So because his one son is like the same age as our son, and he kept wanting to go to war, and the war is really fun when you wage war against a whole nother clan. But we were in a 25 plus person clan, and we had like 4 active accounts. So when you have 25 people versus your 4, you're never going to win, obviously. So I got my son playing on Jason's old account, but that's still only 5. So then Neff, remember Neff?
Yeah.
Yeah, and she has 2 accounts. She plays Piccolo's account too. And so she came in, but she too was like, okay, let me know if you guys get active again, because it was like we're just going to keep losing because we don't have enough people. So what I did was I made a second account, and then I dropped a bunch of inactive people from the group so that we were in a 10v10 category. And but it was too late. Like Neff had already left with her 2 accounts, and Tony's daughter, I think she's already done with it. So it's like 3 people playing in a 10 group thing. So yeah, we're back to
just a couple of you.
And Matt, I mean, to be honest, Matt likes it, but for the most part, I'm telling him like, go, you got to go war. You got to go donate. You got, like you got, people need troops. You got to go donate troops.
Nah, he's a poser.
Yeah.
You're doing this wrong.
So yeah, I've just been working on my Gabo army.
You've tried teaching him. You've tried shaking him. You're not learning.
I just work on my Gabo army, and I'm stealing tons and tons of resources to just build my base up. So.
Yeah. Do what you gotta do.
For no reason.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I was thinking of leaving and finding new people to be in, like finding a new group, but I can't do that because I don't want to leave Tony, and plus my son's playing now because like Matt does like it. I don't want to just take off and leave him there. So, so yeah, No wars for me. That's all I
Find one of
got.
those clans where they like plan out their attacks.
Yeah,
on
that's what I
graph
want.
paper.
Yeah, I want like detailed funsies. Yeah. Like it's a strategy game. Like when you get to that
room with maps, looking at
Have
it.
you
yeah.
have you done a search on Engine to see if there's a clan page out there?
I went on the Clash of Clans official forums and I found a clan that seems really cool.
Really?
Yeah,
It's called Smell My Finger.
it is, isn't it?
That is awesome.
Yeah. They're all like in their 30s and
You know,
like
for a
35
touchscreen
plus
game.
group and
That's pretty
yeah.
good.
Yeah. But anyway.
Damn, I like that clan name.
Right? Yeah.
You sure they're not
I'd have
full?
thought of it.
They're not full yet. They might be
Wow.
now. 'Cause,
Yeah. After this gets out, they're gonna be.
yeah. They seem pretty
have to
cool.
lock
Because
it
we have
down.
that much pull with the Clash of Clans players.
Yeah, I argue Clash of Clans is kind of an MMO. It is massively multiplayer and it is online.
Sure.
Yes, it is, and it's a role-playing game. Yep, it is. It is. It is. Because when you get a clan of 50 people playing, and then you versus another clan of like 50 people, and you can do that continuously week after week after week with different other, entire armies of 50-50 versus 50-50. I mean, yeah, it's massive.
That's big.
Yeah. And there's a community, I don't know if you've ever played beyond the tutorial, but there is like a community aspect there where you get into the clan chat and what have you. But anyway.
Yeah.
Makes me miss Age of Empires Online.
That's kind of what it is. It's a simplified Age of
Yeah.
Empires. Yeah.
That was a good game.
Anyway.
Yes, it was.
hmm But
Next.
speaking of telling your children what to do and how to do it, I've been teaching my daughter how to play Magic the Gathering.
Oh boy.
Have you had to yell at her a lot?
No, so far of the 3 full games we've played, I've won one of them. So yeah, so she's not doing too bad.
She
it was
like it?
She loves it. I no sooner got in the door, she jumped in front of the door as I opened it up and said, "Can we play the game?"
And you
because-
just kicked her across the room.
right in the stomach. Just get out of my way. No, we played. No, I take it there was. I'm trying to remember how many games we played tonight. I think we played 2 actually. So out of 4 games, I've only won 1. She totally digs it. I
Are you
haven't
playing
had.
with your Star Wars cards that you on land?
Yeah. This is Grand Moff Tarkin. He's 5'5" and flying. But she's I don't know. She hasn't really asked to go get more cards yet. I think it's all too new to her.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that's gonna happen. I went and bought like the 2015 core pack and a pre-made deck and just figured, okay, I'll take the core pack and I'll make my own deck. It'll be this hobble together thing. Ended up having some Pegasus and unicorns and angels. It was a green-white deck. And about 3 turns into playing with it for the first time, she was just disappointed that her deck had no unicorns or Pegasus. So
I heard about the unicorns. Yeah.
so she was getting increasingly depressed as I
Pegasi?
started playing Pegasi, Andre Agassi. She was getting increasingly depressed about the whole deal. So I said, "Do you want to switch?" She said, "Yeah," and so we switched, and she's not given up that deck, and it's been actually working pretty well for her. So
That's cool.
I'm excited because I haven't had Magic cards for many years now, and it's really cool.
Have you
to
ever
them
seen
again.
that? It's a comic, but it's this guy and he's playing alone in this room with these Star Wars figures, and in the background it's like the wife and another woman, and the other woman saying, "Your husband is such a dork."
Yeah.
And then the next scene is him poking holes in a condom. And then the scene after that is him playing with the Star Wars toys with this little boy. And the 2 women are still standing there. And she goes, "Your husband is such a good father."
Yeah.
So yeah, you got to raise them so that you can share these things.
Yep. It's good times. But before we go, does anybody else have any other non-MMO games that they've been playing this week?
Just real quickly, I am getting towards the end of Arkham Knight, and is a fantastic, fantastic game that is just marred with the Batmobile issues the more I play with it. That they shoehorn in so many things, platforming with the car, and just really poorly designed races that they make you do that aren't fun. The rest of the game is so good. The story is really amazing, and I like the car in context of driving around the city.
Yeah.
And you have all the cool stuff of like ejecting from your car, hitting people, calling your car, and jumping in it. That stuff is great, but they do these little instanced story missions that just almost they don't break the game or ruin the game, but they really just mar a game that would be Game of the Year contender to me with that crap. So
yeah, it's one of those. It's weird to me that was the thing of the game that they've pushed so heavily as a selling point, and yet it seems like every podcast I listen to that's talked about it kind of agrees with what you're saying, that it's just, it kind of destroys it in a way, and it's
not fun.
The thing that if they would have just sprinkled it in,
totally,
it would have been an amazing game.
And most of the outdoor mission stuff is decent.
Yeah.
But yeah, especially I finished the last Riddler driving mission last night, and Riddler is the storyline, which is similar to the other ones where he's hitting a whole bunch of bullshit trophies and you got to do these trials. That stuff is just garbage. And it just really upset me because I'm enjoying the main storyline of the game so much, and all the other traditional Batman stuff you do, like, you know, the stalking and Predator stuff and the actual combat is really, really good. Kind of disappointing, but that other and the Batman, that stuff is in the grand scheme of things, not the majority and kind of a small part of it, but it just sticks out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
So much.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. But I hope to finish it this week.
Cool.
I hope they fix the PC version, then I can buy it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's true. Still
Yeah, they
not
stopped
being
selling
sold.
it. No.
Nope. And on that bummer of a game, oh God, we got to leave with like a uplifting note.
An uplifting.
Jared Fogle.
Oh, yeah, I can't believe we actually didn't tangent off on the Jared Fogle information that hit this week.
Has there
it's
been
not
any
a
update?
positive.
I would like to just state as of right now, he has not been charged with anything, and they're just
The only
investigating.
crime he's been charged with is being terrible at.
Who is this person?
Jared Fogle is the spokesman for Subway.
Oh, that Jared.
Yeah, Jason is obsessed with him, and he has been for years. And
What happened?
he antagonizes him on Twitter. I mean, he's relentless. It's crazy. But anyway,
we won't get into what he did or didn't do.
well, we don't know what Jared Fogle
Yeah.
did, but the person who is involved in is it like a charity?
It was the
Yeah,
Jared
it's
Foundation.
Or a foundation. A foundation that is in his name that promotes healthy eating for like young kids and stuff, and fitness and things like that. Got busted for child porn. And from what I understand, it was on BBC and everything. It's like huge news. One of the jump drives that this guy had used, I guess at one point, he had used it at work with the Jared Foundation, with that foundation.
Mm-hmm.
That's his connection. That's why this is all connected. So, not necessarily that Jared Fogle was anyway involved in child pornography, but
they
it
had to
seems
go. The FBI raided his home,
the
and they want to
FBI
make
raided
sure.
his home. Yeah, so
Oh,
That's
man.
not good.
no.
I tweeted at him like, "Hey, it's no big deal. FBI they raid homes all the time. Don't worry
Oh,
about it."
jeez.
He did. He's terrible. You're so mean. Well, you know what? I'll say you're so mean now, and if it turns out he's guilty, I'll be like, screw them.
Yeah, Jason, you were so right.
He's innocent until proven guilty, and he hasn't even been arrested yet. He's cooperating completely, but
Yep.
Subway has removed him from every website, every tweet, every Facebook, and every franchise has been instructed to remove his face from all their photos and stuff.
Yeah.
No more
Somebody
Subway
on
sandwiches.
They haven't been told to
on,
destroy them though. They're waiting to see what happens too.
Somebody on Imager or Reddit, one of the two, had a picture from inside a Subway where, like, on the board that stands behind the counter that has all the menu on it, the menu boards, there was a picture of Jared, and somebody took a piece of like cardboard and put it up in front of it, taped it in front of it, and it says "Not Jared."
Yeah, I saw that. That's pretty
That's good.
Aww.
Do you guys think Jared's really happy right now, or
No.
No,
Pretty
I don't
sure he's
think he
not.
is. It's crazy. Should we go to the after party? Take us out, Steve, and we'll do after party this rest of the Jared Subway stuff.
yeah, I gotta go to the bathroom. So yeah,
Get the fuck out of here.
Said like a
Fuck it.
pro.
put that to bed. Let's log off.
Show is in the can. Thanks for listening to the MMO Show. Questions, comments, feedback, errors, etc. can be sent to email.themmoshow@gmail.com. We invite you to write a review on iTunes, follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and various other social media at The MMO Show, and visit our website at themmoshow.com. I don't know if I'm into this anymore.
Let's just cancel it.
Yeah.
This podcast is part of the Game and Entertainment Network. Visit tgenetwork.net to find the latest episodes from all our shows.